Hello everyone. Today we want to talk about close combat self-defense, and mainly I want to talk about is what happens if you push your gun up against a bear or oncoming attack of any sort. And we're going to jump right into the discussion, and we're going to do some tests right quick. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to take each one of these guns and push them into this cloth, like if a bear was charging and you're pushing the gun away from yourself. And first of all, I want to say never try this at home. Even though this is thin cloth and you can see through it, it could potentially damage your barrel since you're pushed up against something if it fired and the bullet run into that. So never ever try this at home. I'm willing to sacrifice and damage these guns to prove whether or not this will work. Will it fire when it's pushed up against something? All right, let's get started. First of all, let me get my ears on. Let's go ahead and drop around in the chamber. Let's drop the slide. Okay, now what we're going to do, this could go off. What we're going to do is we're going to push it up against here like this. And I don't think it'll go off, but it could. And let's see if it'll work. Okay, there's a bear charging, and you jam your gun and pull the trigger. Nothing happens. Now maybe you say, well, you pushed too hard. Okay, let's try not pushing quite so hard. See, the hammer fell, but it didn't do anything. Let's try it again. Still didn't do anything. Now let's go ahead and take that round out of the gun, have a look at it and see what it looks like. Doesn't have any damage to it. Let's lock the slide back, drop the round back in there, try it one more time, push it up against here, pull the trigger, nothing happened. Now let's make sure it's a live round. It would have fired, and it would have. Okay, gun is open, it's clear. I'm gonna set it here. And we're gonna try the star. Drop around into the chamber. Lock the slide down. Now, we're gonna see what it's like if a bear is charging. You jam it up there and pull the trigger. Nothing seemed to happen. Let's lock it open and get that round out and look at it. Drop the round back into the chamber. Close the slide. Try it again. Nothing happened. It still did not fire. All right, let's try firing this round, same round, dropping it back in there. Drop the slide. Hit the target. For some reason these guns don't work real good without the magazine, but I'm just doing it for safety precaution, not having a magazine in there. All right, one round into the chamber, drop the slide, push it up against here, pull the trigger, nothing happened. Now this is a double action, but it doesn't work the second go around. You gotta cock it back manually because it's a light double action, which is not true double action. It's real light. The trigger pull, it's super light. Let's try it again. Push it into here, nothing happens. Let's look at that round. There's no damage to it. Let's drop it back in here. Got a lot of that slide back. Drop the round back in. Fire. It was a live round. All right. This is clear. Now what would happen if we fired this gun, if we stuck it into there? Now, I have this pushed back so the firing pin cannot strike and damage anything. It would fire because there's nothing going to stop it from firing. I don't want to damage the barrel on this gun by shooting it into something that close and the bullet expand and damage into the barrel. So I'm not willing to sacrifice this gun because I know it will work. The only thing that's going to keep this gun from working is if the hammer is not cocked and something grabs a hold of there and you can't pull that hammer back. But if you already had the hammer back and something grabbed a hold of there, the only thing that's going to stop it is if you slide on down here, which some people have, and that really hurts, but it would be better than dying. But in your case, if you're the defender, that wouldn't be good for you. So never, ever let an enemy approach close enough that you're having to poke it like that. That's just not smart. So what's the moral to the story? Well, if you was to do this right here and you pull the trigger, now your gun is useless. Because the only way to get it to work is you're going to have to pull the slide back and then you can get it to work. You see? Nothing. Now I can go over here and nothing's going to happen. You're going to have to eject that shell out and fire it like that. Because nothing's going to happen if you don't get another round in there. Unless you have a gun like this. Which, let's throw some rounds in the magazine. Sorry about the roosters and chickens. But I live on a farm and that's what's on a farm. And on this kind of gun with an external hammer, you have it cocked. You do that, nothing happens. Then you grab it, cock it again, and the bear's charging, and then you can still shoot it. External hammer to me would be the way to go in bear country.